Hey, one hey all, welcome to Monday, welcome to Countdown Day, and this week fans voted on the one Transformer figure that they absolutely detested right at a package. It was a very wide range of votes. We had about 1,800 across about 6 pages of tallies. And for the honorable mentions even, we have like 19. I'm going to deal with them in a couple of different parts. You'll see. You'll see it was a wild and woolly ride toward the results for the latest GotBot Counts Down. Hey, one hail, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, and while you are at it, light 'em up, baby! Hit that notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton, let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. Also in the description down below, and if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. And a few notes here. One, we are now in December and we're kind of heading toward the holiday season, which means the year-end lists are coming. And fans have been asking, hey GotBot, when are you going to do them? Anyone who knows the channel knows that we do 4. We do the fan-voted best, fan-voted worst, my personal best, my personal worst. That's going to start this week. Wednesday to Friday midnight will be the voting for top 10 best, which will be presented next Monday. Then we'll have the Wednesday to Friday midnight again of the following week will be the fan voted worst for 2025. Then the one that will go up, say Christmas week basically, will be, actually I guess it'll go up to the 29th, will be my personal best and worst. And the first countdown of the new year will be the personal best, or sorry, the personal worst for me. So personal best will be the last one for 2025. Personal worst will be the first one for 2026. That'll be the next 4 weeks. But this week, we have the results, like I said, for the most hated Transformer. As soon as you opened the package and you took it out, you hated the thing. We have 19 honorable mentions. I'm going to do part of them now. We'll do the main list. And then when we come back at the end, I'll do the remainder of the honorable mentions. And maybe stick in a few more along the way. So the honorable mentions that we have here so far, and these all had the exact same number of votes. They did not have enough to rank, but they all came so close. It was such a wild round of voting. Like I said, almost 1,800. It was nuts putting this together. Okay, the honorable mentions include Legacy Blitzwing. Yes, I said from day one that's abysmal and nowhere close to a leader class value. It doesn't even succeed in all of its modes. That plane is just, I don't know. Anyway, Revenge of the Fallen, Blaze Master, I've reviewed that too. It's kind of rough. Don't like the arms. Kingdom Rhinox, Gamer Edition Cliff Jumper, 07 Megatron, who I didn't mind, but his feet weren't great. Legacy Sideburn, Universe Galvatron, Legacy Vector. People said that they had QC issues with theirs. Mine's fine, but that's sad that you experienced that. And Coronation Starscream. That's the first half of the honorable mentions. None of them made the list. Who did? What did? You know what we're going to do. We're going to do as we always do and kick things off with number 10 first. Coming in at number 10, we go to Studio Series, and this, it is the car version of Shatter from the Bumblebee movie. Yes, I absolutely agree. She's a beautiful car when you finally get her there, but it's a pain in the tuchus to get there. And beyond that, honestly, it's not a good robot. The head is totally off. People said, oh, that's her battle mask. I don't remember seeing that in the film. I remember her having a face. And then we have the body. Yeah, okay, the arms can move, but like, no waist. You can't do any splits. She can barely kick forward. She's not stable on her legs. She just fails absolutely from like the neck down, except for her arms and the movement on her head. She fails from the neck down. It's an abysmal take on the character, a terrible robot. And later on we would get a jet version. It's a better alt mode. It's a vastly better robot that looks infinitely more like the film. The only reason to have Car Shatter is if you really want her in car mode. Mine's in car mode and she'll forever stay that way. Yeah, Studio Series Car Shatter, just awful, PU, and she takes the number 10 slot. Number 9 sticks with Studio Series, and this, it is a Gamer Edition Barricade. Looks beautiful, transforms pretty cool, but you can barely move the thing. The legs are hindered, the elbows are hindered, the shoulders are hindered, the hips are hindered. There's kibble hanging off everywhere. In fact, they would reshell this as like a generic Decepticon trooper, and that has a better knee, and a deeper elbow, and a smoother transformation. You would think that the actual character of Barricade, compared to the generic ground soldiers, would be done better, but it's not. I have the Barricade, and it sucks. It takes the number 9 slot. Number 8 still sticks with Studio Series, and this, the One Elita-1. And some people that voted for this just said Elita-1, but they didn't specify the line. Those that specified said Studio Series. So I lumped them all together because I didn't know what else to do, even though I asked people to clarify which Elita-1. What are you talking about when you say Transformers 1, Elita-1? I had to go with the only one that was specified. But that said, I don't feel good about this selection because isn't this based on the 85 Arcee that everyone loved? Shouldn't the Elita-1 be just as good? Am I incorrect? Is it not based on that? I don't know. I don't have this Elita-1, so I can't speak to it personally. All I know is the fans don't like it enough that she was able to rank in here at the number 8 slot. 7 takes us to Legacy, and this is Pointblank. And after in Titan's Return getting the Decepticon Target Masters, even though we would have to wait till Siege to get their Target Master partners, but since we had those main ones done, everybody salivated for the Autobots, and we got Crosshairs. That was a bit of an adaptation of the Ironhide Siege mold, and that was okay, even though it's not perfect. It doesn't have the big tires and stuff, I get it. And then we got Pointblank, and everyone was excited and said, this looks great. And then we got it and we realized, it's not so great. The lower leg's very hollow, even though I know it's for transformation. Then we get to the arms. No bicep, and the elbow very limited, which is weird, since if you actually turn the forearm around at the elbow, which you can do even though there's no bicep, you could get a full deep elbow, but then your wrists are backwards. And there's no wrist swivel. All you had to do to fix the articulation issue was give the thing a wrist swivel. Yeah, we wouldn't have biceps, which isn't great, but we'd probably be able to live with that if we at least had elbows that functioned a nice full distance the way they should. Especially since dude's a Target Master. His whole thing is holding his partner in his arm and in his hand, and he can't even function his elbows the full way. Pointblank feels like he's not finished. He feels like he was a step in the development process, and then they got there and said, yeah, this is good enough, instead of finishing the development process. That's what a lot of fans said. I agree. Pointblank was an abysmal disappointment at a package. And he takes the number 7 slot. Number 6 takes us back to Unicron Trilogy, and this, it's poor Sideswipe. I mean, even if you got this and you like this car, you cannot tell me you like the robot. If you got it and it was in car mode and you transformed it and this was the resulting robot, you had to be disappointed. RID 2001, other Armada releases and stuff were infinitely better. Why was this as bad as it was? It shouldn't have been. If there was ever a character from the Unicron Trilogy ripe and needing a proper modern update that's more accurate to the show and more functional, it would have to be this guy. He's junk. He's an abysmal disaster. There's nothing redeeming about the robot mode, and that means it's not fun. That means it's a failure. That means it was hated at a package, and that's why it takes the number 6 slot. And now a hush falls over the crowd because we're at the ever coveted, ever popular halfway mark. And at the halfway mark we go to Transformers Prime, and this. It's Airachnid. This is utter garbage. Don't waste one penny on this. It's junk. When I wanted an Airachnid, I was like, it can't be that bad. Yes, it really is. Beautiful helicopter. But like her, I'm going to call them blasters. They're pretty flat, and they have a peg that goes into her flat hand that just has a hole on the back of it. The arms are almost non-existent. They're so thin. The elbows, so small, and they're like a double elbow, but like you can barely do anything with it. She can't put her shoulders out to T-pose well. She can't turn her head without it falling out because of the junk seat on the back of it. The hips, almost no forward, no out to the side at all. She has a knee, but so what? You can't do anything with it. She can barely stand up. If you want an Airachnid for the love and honor of all that's right, good, and holy on this planet, go and get the APC Toys Night Countess. If you can't get that, then get the Transformers 1 Studio Series Airachnid, because both of those offerings for that character are infinitely better than the embarrassment that they put out in the Prime RID line. This Airachnid never ever should have existed. It's hated by so many fans right out of package that it was able to take the number 5 slot. Coming at number 4 is the character that would have been, or the figure that would have been my vote if I voted, and it's this. Kingdom Blackarach. Absolute trash. Right out of package, 35 pathetic, measly grams of plastic. That's not even the mass of a Legends class, let alone a Deluxe class. Before anybody gets on me about, well, she has a lot more paint. She's missing so many paint apps. No green, no purple at all, and the legs of the spider are the wrong color. They're not supposed to be black, they're supposed to be a bronzy color. So no, her paint apps, very lackluster. The chest tab, known to break on a lot of copies because she's too small for a Deluxe. The legs cannot kick forward without you put the leg out to the side almost and put it in an awkward position. She should be able to stand up no problem because she has huge feet, but the ankles are so loose that she can barely even stand up because she's back heavy. She fails to have an interesting transformation. It feels like you're compacting things uncomfortably too small. She fails to have effective articulation. She fails to capture the look of the character with all of the proper paint apps. She fails across the board. She's garbage. She's junk. And like a lot of fans, as soon as I opened her and had her in my hand, I hated it and said this immediately needs an update. In fact, I've even said to people, hey, if you have the animated one, or you have, even better, the Takara Legends, that's the animated mold, but painted to look like the Beast Wars Blackarach. Both of those, infinitely, infinitely, infinitely better than the Kingdom. The Kingdom should have been a lot better than what it was. I'm with the fans on this one. She's terrible, and she takes the number 4 slot. And now we're into the top 3. And at number 3 we go to MP, and this. It's Rodimus Prime. And yes, I mean, this thing is so prone to breakage. At the knees, when I tried to review it at the hip, luckily that got reprinted and fixed. It doesn't feel good in hand. It feels flimsy. It feels shaky. It feels poorly made. The plastic doesn't feel good. Yes, it looks good. And this is the one case where I've seen people, especially recently, say that they have versions of this in package. Should I leave it in there? I'm tempted to take it out. I'm always a guy who says, take it out of the box. These things exist to be used and enjoyed and played with and fiddled with, but not this Rodimus. It's so, so incredibly bad that if you own it and you still have it in box, leave it in there forever. Because I believe wholeheartedly that any version of this that exists, sooner or later, is going to break. If you own this and it hasn't, and you've been able to perform the transformation many times successfully, good on you. I applaud you. I still don't believe that you're going to have him last forever. I still firmly believe that at some point, somewhere, somehow, some way, by surprise, he'll break on you. Yeah, MP Rodimus Prime. Not even worth taking out of the box. And it takes the number 3 slot. Number 2 takes us to Earthrise, and this. It's Arcee. Input's going to be so sad. He loves this mold. But those that voted for it said, her colors are wrong. I get it. It's supposed to be worn for Cybertron. But we all know Arcee has a little bit of pink on her bicep. A little bit of pink on her face. She has some decos on her lower tummy that are gray with a couple of doodads and lights. Her feet are not purple, or sorry, pink. Her feet are supposed to be white with a little strap over them that should be gray, but you can make that pink. There's too much that's just off here. Not to mention, she's kind of back heavy. Not to mention you could take the whole backpack off, even though it's a bit janky to get off, and put the soap dish looking car next to it. It's not even a cool car mode. The articulation is fine, but boring and uninspired because she's boring and uninspired. Even if you like her articulation and you can get dynamic poses, she looks so bland and featureless that nothing stands out, and she herself does not look dynamic. Some people said, I like to put the vehicle next to her and have her in another alternate pose, and it both looks bad. Then she looks bad, and the alt mode, which really doesn't look like a very convincing car, also looks bad. And it too, missing paint apps it should have had. It's just a sea of bland, not to mention the little spoiler things, so easy to lose. And the white paint on the car is prone to easily scraping off. A lot of problems with the Earthrise Arcee. I don't know why she got re-released in Kingdom when there are better Arcees out there. The Generations, better. The Studio Series 86, better, even though a lot of people have complaints with that one. But none of them can compare to just how bad Earthrise Arcee was. She takes the number 2 slot. And now here we are, very tippy top, number 1. And this one, honestly, I really love. I like it. I don't have the issues that people have experienced with this. And it's this. Kingdom Tracks. People said it's too small. It's no smaller than other things we had in Kingdom that did not come close to being a deluxe value. But let's say that one's an accurate one. Outside of that, people said he has the little tattoo on his lower leg. He did. I don't know why they put that down there as his little batch number or whatever. I see 2 fixes for it. Either A, get a little bit of rubbing alcohol on a Q-tip and rub it off, or like any type of quick cotton swab, I guess, and wipe it off, or paint the lower legs over in an alternate gray. Folk art, something as cheap and simple as folk art, has a gloss gray that covers that over beautifully. People said they find the leg transformation so impossible to do. I really don't know how. I've said this before. The lower leg is just a semicircle. It's nothing complicated remotely about it. It's only a semicircle. I don't know why anyone struggles with it. Go watch my review, and hopefully you'll appreciate it better because it's not hard. People said that they hated the faux chest when the car of clear plastic is on the back. I don't have an issue with clear plastic. I've never had it break any more than any other plastic, but people are, for whatever weird reason, nervous about it. I think it's an urban myth. Sorry, it's not weaker plastic. People said that they find putting the arms in hard. I'll give you that one. Putting the arms in can be a little bit of a chore. At the end of the day, people had a lot of gripes, and that's why they voted for tracks. I haven't experienced them. I enjoy it, but I can't argue with the voters. This is your call, your list. Kingdom Tracks. Hated immediately at a package enough by enough fans that he was easily able to take the number 1 slot. And there you go, 10 down to 1 once again, and other ones that had votes. Oh wait, before that we got to do the other half of the honorable mentions. I already done the first half at the beginning before. The other honorable mentions include Kingdom Cheetor. Yes, that's garbage. Absolute garbage. Mine crumbled to bits in 3 different spots. Hatchet, I get that. The panels on the front paws, forearms, like to come off. Mine slide in pretty good, but I get the gripe. And the tail doesn't like to stay on there. It's a tolerance issue with him. And honestly, I think some more on him should have been remolded than was done. Velocitron Scourge and his hollow legs? I don't really know what that's talking about, but okay. Kingdom Scorponok, yeah, that thing was abysmal. Legacy Motormaster. I assume it has to be the Commander Class 1 because they said Legacy Motormaster, not like Legacy United Motormaster or whatever. And somebody said it's only a glorified Voyager. It's not, if you include the trailer as you would have to do. All the mass is there, all the parts are there, all of the paint, all of the deco and engineering, it's all there. It is a Commander Class value. The cab by itself, yes, absolutely a Voyager. But with the trailer, it's not. Somebody said that their trailer like falls apart. I haven't had that issue. I have my issues with the Menasor, pardon me, but I didn't have that issue. Legacy Prime Arcee, Studio Series 105 Mirage from Rise of the Beasts, Universe Hotshot, which I thought was a popular one, but I guess it's not. Age of the Prime Star Optimus Prime, because it feels so flimsy, thin, and cheap, according to fans, with a very boring, uninspired alt mode. I don't know. I like the look of it. I don't have it, so I can't speak to it. Other ones that had votes, though, and did not get on the list, include Earthrise Megatron, Siege Megatron, G1 Ironhide, XTB, Counterpunch, XTB's Hatch, Power of the Prime's Optimal Optimus. It was missing an alt mode that you needed the DNA set for. Core Class Hot Rod, S&D, The One. G1 Hot Rod, Legacy Armada, Megatron, AoE Slog, Thrilling 30 Blades. I don't remember Blades in Thrilling 30. Legacy Crankcase, Hunt for the Decepticons, Hailstorm, Universe Dinobot because of his limited legs. Studio Series 1 Sentinel Prime. I love that guy. I don't get that gripe either. MP36, MP05. Both are Megatrons. Earthrise Optimus Prime. Dion from the the 2-pack with Ariel. Dark of the Moon, Studio Series 87 Bumblebee, Energon Ironhide, G1 Yellow Cliff Jumper, Agent Knight, because it scales with nothing, G1 Twin Twist, Titans Return Fort Max had 1 vote. It ranked last week on ones you'd never ever part with. G1 Hardhead, Beast Wars Optimus Minor, yes that was so bad, Beast Wars Megatron, MP52 Thundercracker, Revenge of the Fallen, Chromia, 86 Blaster, Dark of the Moon Ultimate Optimus Prime, and Age of Extinction Leader Optimus Prime. Those and more. Holy moly. Thank you for coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. Or, of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you are at it, hit the subscribe button. Stick around and have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, man, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old fashioned way right here inside the videos.